It's a new year, and I thought I'd make a New Year's video. Why? Well, because it's a new frickin' year, and this is my channel, so I'll do as I please.
I'm a river, bitch.
Do you want to hear my opinions? Do you want to hear them? Do you? These are some of my thoughts, opinions, etc. in no real organized order and with very few shiny things on the screen to distract. Alright, maybe a few shiny things. And honestly, I hope it does offend some of those whom are in desperate need of being offended.
The mouth is a primitive hole that will soon be phased out.
Hey, can you phase it out now, cause it's pissing me off?
Here's one of my first thoughts from 2023 and 2022, the past few years. We've gone so far into tyranny at this point. At one point, we the people demanded and expected and fought for and stood up for and, just required the standard of don't violate rights, don't be unprofessional, follow the law, follow the Constitution, go after the actual criminals, honor your oaths. That approach is long gone. It's the same issue with the oxygen-wasting hypocrites sitting behind the bench of injustice or the stench of injustice, wearing black robes in their courtrooms, also known as their kingdoms, which actually belong to we the people, by the way, but that's another story, where they believe themselves the arbiters of justice and truth, when what they truly are the force of tyranny for their masters above them, to reinterpret, rewrite, and legislate from the bench. Do their master's bidding. I've done some videos, constitutional cop watches, asking the question, would you violate this right? Would you do this? Would you do that? Would you enforce tyranny? It's always no. Well, except for a couple. Abby Black, I just have to do my job, I just have to follow orders. The typical Z-Heil fucking approach and response. And then the one guy from the sheriff's department there in Henderson who says he would have to do it. But anyway, I've done a lot of those. And here's the thing I keep coming back to. Where's all the alleged patriots with the badges who respect their oaths to the people and the Constitution? Standing up for it, refusing to enforce tyranny. Oh, that's right. They're just there for the paycheck, the benefits, and to do as they're told, right? That's a rhetorical question. None of them need to answer it, because we know what the answer is. Another random thought. Personally, I think we the people should stop sitting around and waiting for them, they the tyrants, to come to us to take our rights, and instead deliver our refusals to them. But hey, that's just my opinion. I'm sure they'll claim my use of my First Amendment to express my opinions, beliefs, dissension, etc., and ideas is illegal, because that's what tyranny does. Tyrants in badges, tyrants in black robes, tyrants with little doohickeys on their fucking shirts.
So that young fellas like yourself can wear a suit and a tie and have a job.
Their desk that says, I'm a politician, I'm an important person, I'm powerful. You know what? It wants to paint you, tyranny, as insane, mentally unstable, crazy, if you rebuke it, if you speak against it, and most assuredly and certainly if you stand against it, by all means. I've passed quite a few MMPI psych tests and other such exhaustive psychological testing for various requirements for several different things. As a matter of fact, I'd bet my soul I'd still pass any such BS at a higher rate and with a better result than 90% of the morons with badges you've got running around out there on the streets today with badges and guns. But that's another subject. And I'm more than logical, rational, sane. Oh, tyranny!
I'm home. Come out. Wherever you are. Little pigs, let me come in. Not by the hair on your chinny chin chin. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in. Here's Johnny.
And yes, I can tell you what today is, and who the current resident of the United States of tyrannical dementia is. Oops, I meant president. President's what I said. Anyway, it is tyranny. That is unstable, imbalanced, insane, and a desperate need of being excised, cut out, removed, and discarded like the cancer it is. And just like an aggressive, malignant cancer, it has been metastasizing, spreading, and destroying everything it touches in the body of freedom, most specifically the freedoms, liberties, nation, and constitution of the alleged free people of the United States of America. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Being more free does not mean you're free. If you have a right to go to the bathroom whenever you want, and the other people don't, but you're not allowed to ask questions, you're not allowed to cause accountability, you're not allowed to stand up for, you're not allowed to have your rights protected that are in the Constitution, enshrined in the Constitution, not granted, because the Constitution does not grant rights. It was meant to respond to and remind government of our rights.
You're talking about rights? Jesus Christ.
But if you don't have all of that, then yeah, you're more free than the people beside you that can't just go to the bathroom when they need to, but you're still not technically free. You're not free, you're just in a bigger cage. We've given so much now as a free people, and accepted so much without rightful response, and without holding those we give the authority to, because they only have the false belief in authority, that ability to govern based upon our voluntary compliance, because we grant it to them, then say we'll comply with it. But we've given so much now that any degree of accountability standards today are gone. We've sacrificed having any accountability in our government that's supposed to be by the people, for the people, that today the standards are so low for police and government, specifically speaking of police, that it's well, at least I didn't shoot and kill him. And in the minds of the police and the government today, again, speaking specifically of police, that's their claim to professionalism. That's their claim to fame, and their claim to doing a good job, and their claim to honoring their oath. Well, let's see here, Officer Dipshit. You violated the 4th Amendment, 5th Amendment, 1st Amendment, 2nd Amendment, 14th Amendment today. Yeah, but I didn't, shoot him to death or even OC him in the face. Oh, okay, cool. All right, good to go then, Officer Tyranny. Carry on. Seriously, people, that's the standard now. Violate whatever rights you want. Enforce tyranny and unconstitutional laws. Make excuses like, I was just doing my job, or I was just following orders, Sieg Heil. Steal on command, deprive of liberty, deprive of pursuit of happiness, deprive of property, deprive life of you or another, and then make your little defense at the end of the day, go home, get patted on the back by your tyranny enforcers, sympathizers, and enablers who will lie to you, are too blind to see the truth of your actual violations, infringements, shitting on any alleged oath to the U.S. Constitution and we the people, then turn around and say, he was just doing his job. He was just following orders. You just don't understand how hard it is to be a tyrant or tyranny enforcer, aka cop, these days. Come on. You know what? That's true. They're right. That's an honest thing they said. I don't know what it's like. I don't want to. I never really did. I prefer to be a free man, fighting for, killing for, and dying for, if necessary, freedoms of a free people, and feeling like that oath to the Constitution actually means something. Sheep, tyrants, and tyranny enablers wouldn't understand. All they know is what they are told to know, what they are told to believe, and support, and do. And by God, they will do it, even if it is to help you onto the train car to your, quote, free shower. Afterward, they'll just say they were following orders and just doing their jobs. And all will be forgiven and forgotten by sheep with very small attention spans, and by the badged enforcers using the excuses, by their enablers defending them, and by the tyrants in black robes and politicians whom are demanding such, and demanding that such tyranny be enforced. New Year's resolution? Well, here's a thought. They declared the war against freedoms, liberties, Constitution, we the people. Reciprocate their intent and their declaration. They chose the battleground. Concur with their choice. Justice, freedoms, rights received, or justice, freedoms, rights taken back that belong to we the people. 2024. Reciprocate their declaration of war. Sounds like a solid plan to me. That's my opinion. Oops, quick side note on this. Sheep are excused. They can go graze upon, eat, the coward grass with the pretend patriots. Then they can slip behind the animal pens and fornicate each other. Then clean off with their towels with the don't tread on me slogans and dress each other in their Gadsden flags and slogan-filled clothing to placate their consciences. I mean, obviously, some people are going to be offended by what I have to say. It's just how it is. I really couldn't care. But it is how it is, and I expect that. Tyrants are expected to be offended here. Those in black robes or shiny tin badges of dictatorship. The sheep that follow them and support them. Tyranny and tyranny enforcement. In the same way, sheep and those whom know deep down they are part of the problem in their faux patriot mentality should be offended. They should be offended. And both should get the off my channel. You understand what I'm saying?
You're such a disappointment to me.
Toodles. XXX, OOO. You'll be missed. I'm certain. Seriously. No, seriously. That's definitely not sarcasm. Too many people before us have given too much sweat, too much blood, too many tears, and too many lives to try to ensure that we the people have the best chance to have a free nation. Too many people have given too much to just sit back and let it occur. And today's military, I guarantee those who have given so much before are looking and going, so when do you start standing up for that oath that you raised your right hand for? Remember, you went to the MEPS You stood before a flag, whether you were delayed entry program or you were shipping out immediately to go to your basic training, your boot camp, whatever you want to call it, for whatever branch you chose. Remember all that? You raised your right hand along with many people beside you, and you swore an oath to that flag and to the U.S. Constitution. You're being indoctrinated. You're being indoctrinated to believe that your oath is to the government, to the tyranny, not to the people. I will support, uphold, defend the Constitution. Where are you at? You're in the same mentality that these cops running around claiming that their oaths meant something to them, and they won't enforce tyranny, while they enforce tyranny before and after, and sometimes during them saying that. Seriously, wake up, people. The courts aren't going to save you. Even the ones that believe in the Constitution and support it and uphold it, they get ignored and circumvented by states and other courts. The police aren't going to defend you and protect you and stand up for this. They enforce the tyranny. They do their master's bidding. The politicians aren't going to defend you and save your nation and save your rights. Many of them, 100% on the left, and I'd say about 85% on the right, are all driving us towards the same wall. Wake up. You've got all these channels out there selling you gear to distract you with awesome, cool slogans on it while you lose your rights, and making statements to you on their channel. They're not bad enough to take our rights while you lose your rights. And while they pander to you to buy their shirts and buy their gear and buy their plates that have these awesome slogans on them, these shiny things, these distractions. And while you're losing the very same rights that they are literally telling you can't be taken from you, and then sending them money so they can live a happier, more secure life on your money, wearing their clothing that they allegedly designed that has the slogans on it that represent exactly what you're losing. Do you see the stupidity in this? Jesus, fuck, oh my God. Hey, you know what? I can make some shirts. If you'd like, I'll make a shirt that says on the front, I bought this shirt to convince you I'm a patriot. Did it work? And then on the back, I'll put insert cool distraction slogan here while I lose the rights that it represents. Get the hell out of here with that BS. I'm not saying you can't have the gear, but what the frick does it matter if you're wearing a shirt that says, I won't be a slave, as you're chained to a tree and treated like a slave? Do you not see this? Are you that frickin' blind? Wow. In any case, wake up or stay asleep and enjoy your servitude. Just be sure to go buy another t-shirt with Don't Tread on Me printed on it to distract yourselves and comfort your inner patriot crying out for meaningful action and not just meaningless words. Through wasted breath to a government that has long since lost any give a shit about your First Amendment, petitioning government for redress of grievances, and about we the people in general, and about your rights, justice, due process, U.S. Constitution, and their responsibility to we the people. And that includes those with the badges out there who take this oath and then turn around daily and enforce tyranny and close their eyes to it and put their heads in the sand and then go home and their loved ones pat them on the back and tell them what fucking heroes they are and how their shit doesn't stink and how they're not violating their rights. And this all happens because of the back to blue until it happens to you.
I'm sure that the government is working hard on a fix.
Oh, and if my words offended you, you should probably go look into that. You may resemble my remarks. Complacency, negligence, materialism causing fear, which keeps we the people held in fear of losing those shiny things. Sheep enabling, supporting, and condoning their own servitude and the servitude of everyone else, including their own future generations, their families, their friends, their loved ones.
You're basically f***ed. Sorry, but you are.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it. You've earned it. We the people have condoned it. We the people have allowed it. Therefore, we the people are at least half responsible for it.
If you're knee deep in shit, you should be happy it's not up to your neck. But you're still knee deep in shit.
You should be offended with every mirror you pass. I'm out. Moving on. Oh, Happy New Year.
Does this look like a success to you?
Yes, I can think of a lot of words to describe this situation. But success is not one of them. If you're knee deep in shit, you should be happy it's not up to your neck. But you're still knee deep in shit.